Right, so where do I start? You know, it's like fighting the industry single-handedly, but obviously I've had help with Tradman. So I've made video after video after video to try to answer the questions that lots of people all around the world often ask, and it's the same typical type questions, and I've made pretty much every video I can think of that will answer all the questions, but still people keep asking the questions even when I put them forward to previous videos I've made or someone else has made, like Tradman, and it's like a broken record. But I like to try and add new content in as much as I can when it comes to making regurgitated information. Okay, so it must have been about 4 or 5 years ago, Mormon called me and they said, can you go visit a nationwide window cleaning company, because we've given some tools and nobody knows how to use them properly. So it's like the biggest company, nationwide window cleaning around. I don't think they're called that anymore, but I went to see the guys up there in the headquarters, and I knew I was going to be up against all their sort of technicians, all their window cleaners, because I'm always up against the window cleaning industry. And when I got there, I said to the guy, I said, can you show me exactly how you work? Because I need to see, first of all, how you're working, and then we can go talk about these tools that you've got that you can't use. And what I saw was a lot of one-handed window cleaners, and these guys have been taught by whoever's doing the training there. Half the guys are one-handed window cleaners. So that's typical of the window cleaning industry. Now, how do you get to earn more money in your job? You can either ask for more money per job, which probably it's probably one of the hardest things to do if you want to keep the job, or you can skip parts of the job. Right, I'll miss that window out, but I'll clean these 3 windows here, so I can save time, and in theory I'm earning more money because I'm doing less work. Or you can work a lot more efficiently and effectively with certain tools in window cleaning that will allow you to cut a lot of time out and get a high quality result done. And that's basically what me and people like Tradman talk about. And unfortunately, we only talk about one particular method and one particular type of tool, because all the other tools, they have lots of, let's say, they don't cover all the corners, they don't dot all the I's, and they don't cross all the T's. There's always a problem with the existing tools that are out there. But of course, this is the biggest problem for most window cleaners to solve. So I'm often making the same type of video for the last 8 years. So when you look at YouTube window cleaning, you see all different types of people live in all different parts of the world, and they all work their own way. And me and Tradman, we work our own way because he has different work to me. So we have to do things slightly differently. Nothing's a carbon copy, but the 5 window cleaners that I know quite well on YouTube, which is Steve, Luke and Rihanna, that's 3. Who's the other guy? Guy from Australia called Sunshine Windows, and there was the window cleanse. I don't know where the window cleanse has gone. Maybe he's done the right thing and left YouTube, because you know that's what a lot of people end up wanting to do. I know I've been there many times, just for a peaceful, happy life. So all those 5 guys have got one thing in common: they're all two-handed window cleaners. And I advise anybody who's not already using 2 hands window cleaning to use 2 hands when you're on the ground. And then the other people on YouTube, they're kind of like one-handed window cleaners. But there might be loads of people on there now that I don't know about, but I'm just talking about the people I've known for a long time. So they're working at a greater rate than people working one-handed. But none of those window cleaners really use these tools for window cleaning. So although they've progressed so far, they can only go so far with the tools that they're using, because it will make them work still longer because the results are less. I don't know what that was. Okay, so for those guys, let's say we're going to use those guys for examples. If they could incorporate a zero detailing policy, because it's a lifestyle. It's, you know, once you do it and you get good at it, you never ever want to go back to how you was previously working. And why I say it's a lifestyle, it's like a diet. You know, to if you want to lose weight, you have to follow a certain regime, maybe an exercise regime, and follow a diet plan, and you stick to it, and it becomes a lifestyle. Zero detailing is very similar in the fact that once you get into it, it becomes, in a good way, addictive. You never ever want to go back to doing how you previously worked, and you're you know, you actually you say to yourself, well, I'm glad I'm doing this, because previously I was working longer, harder, slower and getting less results. But what requires to get to that place is a different soap solution formula and precision, accuracy and squeegee positioning. So going back to this nationwide window cleaning, they never took the tools on because they all worked generally like typical window cleaners in the industry, and that is the thing that I'm up against for the last 8 to 10 years. I'm fighting a battle. I get a few wins in, but overall it's a huge battle that will probably only be won after 3 or 4 decades, I would have thought, seeing how slow things progress in window cleaning. So let's get on with the topic of what I'm using on this video. So what those guys are all lacking, I would say pretty much all of them, is the zero detailing phase. Now, I've said in previous videos that zero detailing for someone like me and Trabman is something we don't really need to focus on, because it's second nature. When something's second nature, you don't have to think about it, you just instinctively know what to do. But if you're not used to getting zero detailing using these tools, you have to practice, you have to learn it. So it's very important for people who are not zero detailers to learn how to zero detail the best way. For someone like me and Trabman, we're not focused on the zero detailing in our mind. We're more focused on where we're positioning the squeegee to get the maximum spread, to get the maximum effect on the glass, to get the windows cleaned in the least amount of time. We know we're going to achieve zero detailing, so we don't really focus on that. We focus on the positioning of the squeegee. So I like to call it positioning power with your squeegee. Now, I've got 2 squeegees here. Once we've got a brand new rubber on, so hopefully I'm not going to get any biting with my video here. It's not being used yet, but this one's an old rubber. 2 sizes, because I'm going to show you the same technique using 2 different sizes, but one size is always going to be easier to position to get a minimum move, because it's smaller and I've got better chance of putting my squeegee, rectifying the positioning to get the window clean in the least amount of time. So what this video is decreasing your strokes. I'm going to rub this soap solution in, and I'll go with the center start of the window, and you'll see that I can do the same technique, but one is, well, will require more maneuverable with the squeegee position, but it's actually easier to do. But obviously when you get something longer, it's harder to work with. But if you get the positioning correct, it's actually quicker to get the window done. So let's start, and we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna adjust my position. Obviously I'm getting zero detailing, I'm getting minimum mess. Oh, and what I should say is, when you're putting the soap on a saturated washer, what it's like is, it's like a very powerful vacuum cleaner. So we all know that whatever vacuum cleaner you got, some vacuum cleaners are got better suction power than others. Right, so this soap solution, not only is it easier to work with, it's more controllable, and the squeegee glide is better, but if the window was dirty, it will take the dirt off quicker, more efficiently and more effectively, because there's more soap saturated in that washer. So it actually takes the dirt off the window more. So what you saw me do was come round, just see, that's the sort of technique I was doing, but it's still a minimum move. Just go through one more time. So this is what someone like me and Trabman will be thinking, is I want to put my squeegee in the right place at the right time. I'm not working fast, by the way. Nothing is fast, but it's effective and efficient, and zero detail. So that is the addiction of zero detailing. But once you get the addiction of zero detailing nailed, and you're fine with zero detailing, then you want to focus on the positioning of the squeegee. All right, so what I'm using is a flattened out standard handle, and the problem with this handle is it gives a lot of options for window cleaners to have to work out. And if you're just starting either window cleaning from the start, or you're transitioning from your previous squeegees to this, I would still advise in the hand to use a standard handle, because you want to concentrate on the zero detailing first, and then concentrate on the positioning of the squeegee. Once you're expert at zero detailing, then become an expert in using the angles in the handle. So when people actually say to me, is the accelerator going to be updated and upgraded? I would love this handle to be updated and upgraded and have more functionality. But most window cleaners struggle with this handle in the first place, so having it even more complicated is probably not in most people's interest. But of course, for someone like me, I'd like to have more options, but then you're just segregated, Mormon is just segregating again the window cleaning industry. And look how long it's took for window cleaners to jump on board with zero detailing with squeegees. It's been a very snail's snow pace. Right, so I'm going to make sure this squeegee rubber, which is really dry at the moment, rubbed in. So I'm going to make that move again. Hopefully I'm not going to get any skipping, because this rubber is brand new. So it's a lot easier for my squeegee to get the manoeuvre done in a quicker time. Obviously the longer the channel, the harder it is to actually place, but because I've got this soap solution that allows me to get my positioning thoroughly, because the glide is so good, I don't have to adjust my squeegee as much, and I actually can get my window clean even quicker. But the longer it is, the more technical it is as well. So the most important thing for traditional window cleaners is use two hands, number one. And once you can use two hands, you want to aim for zero detailing. And the best way of aiming for zero detailing is not modify your existing channels, because you're going to get a better result using these tools than any other tool. And what's the price of these tools? I don't know, because I've never bought them, but there's hardly any difference in price from that to a normal standard squeegee. Maybe there's £1 or so difference, I don't know, but the benefit that it will give you over the other squeegees is phenomenal. So focus on the zero detailing next, and then once you've got to a certain level of zero detailing every single window, It's addictive. Once you can do it, it's like every window you do it perfectly. Doesn't matter if it's an easy window or hard window, you just take your time, you put the squeegee in the right position, use the right pressure, and you just get it nailed every single time. It's addictive. No other tool is as addictive to use than this, once you know what you're doing. And then the third thing is, once you excel at the zero detailing, then you want to go and excel with your squeegee positioning. Now, if you get really good at squeegee positioning with your zero detailing, you're way on to the next level of window cleaning. You'll never ever want to go back to working how you previously worked, and with that soap solution will just allow you to work on this level and never want to do anything else. So very slow snail's pace in terms of people generally going on to being a zero detailing window cleaner. For me, it's so easy to teach, it's so easy to do, it's the easiest way of cleaning windows. But if you've been working a certain way, you've really got to untrain yourself and restart. It's like being reborn again. So hopefully this video has answered a lot more topics, and I suppose I'll wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see what else I can think up in my next video.